and thank you for joining us today. Today's webinar is part of the Smart Nation Together series that's organized by the Smart Nation and Digital Government Office. And today we have with us the introduction to GoBusiness platform, which is a one-stop platform created to provide businesses in Singapore with an integrated and seamless access to government resources and e-services. So I'm very happy to have with us Xiao Wei, a senior product manager at GovTech, who leads the GoBusiness engagement manager team in GovTech. And if you'd like to find out more about the other free webinars that we'll be conducting, do visit the link that I have shared in the chat box below. So without further ado, I'll pass the time over to Xiao Wei.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, thank you, Michelle. Sorry, I was facing some. Let me just quickly share my screen first. So, Michelle can see my screen, right? Just to make sure. Yeah. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah. Sorry. My name is Xiao Wei. I'm a product manager with GovTech. I'm very happy to be here today. So, where I'll be taking some time to share with you all a pro enterprise product that GovTech and Smart Nation Office have worked on with MTI to bring greater convenience and benefits to businesses in Singapore. Well, I'll be happy to connect and would love to hear your thoughts and feedback. So here's my contact information. You can contact me after this presentation and I'll be very happy to connect. Yep. So what is GoBusiness and why GoBusiness, right? So if you run a business in Singapore, whether you are sole prop, SME, or even large corporations, chances are you will need to interact with different government agencies at some point. So the frequency, it can be yearly, sometimes even monthly. Yeah. So, and when you do, sometimes you forget for a piece of task, which agency do you need to go to? Or what is the regulatory process around it? GovTech has been partnering with MTI very closely for the last 6 years at least to understand these challenges that businesses are facing, especially when it comes to interacting with the government, right? And that is why we created GoBusiness, a pro enterprise solution to bridge the gap between businesses and the government. So we aim to help businesses discover, connect, and be aware of information relating to government resources and services. Some of you may already have heard of us because we actually piloted and have been serving some of the businesses since 2 years ago. Yeah, so I want to share 3 key promises that GoBusiness aim to achieve. The first promise, to improve discoverability. We want to help businesses find information they need in a simpler and faster way. Secondly, we want to connect information. We want to help businesses connect this information and services in a guided fashion. And lastly, we want to create awareness. We want to take a more proactive approach to notify and update businesses with the latest and relevant news and information. So next, we didn't and will not be doing this alone, right? We want to achieve all of this with all of you because this product is actually created by business owners and users like yourselves, right? And today, I will not have the privilege of standing here to share about GoBusiness if we didn't have that strong participation from businesses throughout our development process. So I would like to take this opportunity also to thank you all. Over the last few years, we have engaged more than 500 companies from different industries. So industries like F&B, news and events, professional service, e-commerce, and even retail, right? We engage them for user research, interviews, testing, and also independent studies. We have also talked to numerous business owners and administrative staff. And with all this, we have gotten tons of valuable feedback and information about what will help these enterprises. So through this research, this is what we found out, right? Throughout our years of interaction with the businesses, the activities between a company and government can actually broadly be categorized into 4 key moments, right? Start, run, grow, and exit. The first one, start. So for first-timer business owners, what they didn't realize is that there is a lot more beyond the registration process. So there's things like trademark, opening a Corpus account, bank account opening, license applications are things that will follow immediately. And especially if you're running a brick and mortar shop, you may even end up paying for the lease before you can even open shop. just because you discovered you need to embark on some of these regulatory processes before you can even start your business activity. So really want to help businesses not just to start fast, but also to start right, by providing them with essential information and tools. So next, we also have run and grow. So when the business starts to operate, there are regulatory requirements such as financial filing, tax reporting, manpower management, which they will need to fulfill. And then there is the exciting but uncertain part of growing, expansion, and transformation. Right. We want to reduce this friction when it comes to these regulatory requirements, and we want to make it more accessible when it comes to government support. And lastly, we have exit. So even when there is the unfortunate but realistic cases where some initiatives just doesn't take flight, we also want to make it simple for businesses to wrap up their activities. Yep. So a bit of a history. GoBusiness really started out as an experiment to create a seamless journey for businesses. Right. Back in 2018, MTI approached GovTech wanting to improve the processes for F&B businesses. After having received quite a number of feedback around the complex process of opening an F&B food shop, and also the time taken for each of the steps. So after that, we worked with several F&B business owners and licensing agencies involved to simplify the process and requirements. We have made it simpler, better, and faster. Right? Simpler in the sense of navigational assistant, lesser touch points, automated chats, and logical routing. It's better now because there's cost-saving avoidance. Regulation are also reduced, and policy are also harmonized. It's also faster now. The turnaround time has been reduced to 10 to 14 days. And initially, there are about 845 form fields on the forms, but we have reduced it to 90 fields. Yeah, so close to 3,000 business owners have benefited from this initiative since our pilot in October 2019. So what happened after that? Yeah, the success of the F&B initiatives actually motivated us to want to move beyond the pilot and continue to enhance GoBusiness to provide even better support for all businesses in Singapore. Unfortunately, few months after our pilot launch, we were all hit by COVID, which was a very challenging period for everyone. The team, made up of MTI, GovTech, and Smart Nation Office, understood the predicament faced by business owners and reacted to the crisis by launching 2 microsites very swiftly to help businesses. The COVID portal was launched in April 2020 to provide first-hand and updated information on COVID measures and the implications to businesses. It also served as a channel for them to apply for time-limited exemptions. We've also launched the GoBusiness Gov Assist portal in August 2020 by putting together all the support schemes that businesses will need in order to tide over the difficult period. And in May last year, we refreshed our GoBusiness website, which now consolidates information for over 300 services in a single portal, so that businesses now only need to remember one place to get that single source of truth. So if you go to gobusiness.gov.sg today, you'll see that we have a rich database of information and also different ways for you to filter and find information you need. We also have subject-specific e-advisors to help you with some of the more complex flows. So just tell us what your business intent is. We will curate a list of recommended services for you. All right. And only recently, January this year, we also saw the launch of our GoBusiness dashboard, which businesses can use to keep track of their license applications, license details, and even statuses of their guided journey. Yep. This is the enhanced website that we have launched in May last year. Here, business owners get the information they need from a single place. We created the information hierarchy on this website with the participation of several business owners, arranging information in a way that makes sense to them. We categorize the information based on key moments of start, grow, and run. We also single out important topics, example, such as COVID-19, as well as some of the popular services so that you won't miss them out. If you go to gobusiness.gov.sg today, you will also realize there are a few ways you can look for information. Yeah, be it by topics or be it by agency. And we have also e-advisors that can help with some of the more complex processes. So these are the latest e-advisors that we have launched out on GoBusiness. So May 2021 last year, we have launched our business structure. So this allow business starter to receive recommendation on the business structure that best fit their business needs. We also launched starting a business e-advisor in May 2021 at the same time. This allows businesses to check availability of business name and receive recommendation on the business registration process. Yeah, there's also the premise use e-advisor. This allows businesses to check if their change of use approval is required for the use of commercial spaces. And lastly, we also launched our event service journey, events e-advisor in November 2021. This allows event organizers to be able to receive recommendations on safe management measures and licenses for organizing an event in Singapore. What I am showing you now is the GoBusiness dashboard. Yep, it's hot from the oven, and it was just launched in January 2022 this year, right? So this will be your personalized dashboard. You get to have a quick overview of the activities you have with various government agencies. Right, you'll know at a glance what are some of the immediate actions you need to take, and what are some of the activities in progress or completed. You will also be able to retrieve all of your records from this place. This is also where you can look for licenses and add them as a task to apply. So with an inbuilt notification system, GoBusiness also aims to ensure that you will never miss another opportunity or another deadline. So as you can see here, we have this company info. It's a company profile whereby you can configure and change your settings like notification, whether you want to receive them or not. We also have these updates and feedback banner to update you of the latest happenings on GoBusiness. You can also use our widget, the Find Licenses widget, to find licenses that you want to apply for. Next, we also have this My Task widget for you to keep track of all your transactions. So example, if you have applied for licenses, it will basically be appearing here, either as a draft or if you have submitted, it will be in progress. And of course, when it's completed, it will actually show up here as well. Of course, you can actually click in to find more information about the statuses of your transaction. And the next widget we have will be a specific domain view. So the example I show here is the licenses widget. So it will show you the list of licenses you have and also which are those that are due for renewal. Moving on, the e-advisors in the login GoBusiness dashboard, right, will be able to also provide an even deeper level of recommendation based on your past activities as well as corporate information. So we have an example of e-advisor, government assistant e-advisor over here, which is recommended, and you can actually click on it immediately to use the e-advisor. Right, the dashboard also has a recommendation section, which will provide users with relevant and important information that they may want to consider. A lot of the business owners we talk to us that sometimes they are unaware that a government has certain schemes, or that they were actually eligible for something that didn't make use of it. And they didn't make use of it, right? Sorry. Right. We'll show what are some of the popular services and frequent some of the popular services from agency that businesses frequent, right, over here. Right. So this is just the beginning. And our vision for GoBusiness is that it becomes the go-to platform to help businesses go simpler and go further in their journey. So next, I'm going to do a demo. What I'm going to do is to give a flavor of what one might use GoBusiness platform today. I'll be doing a short demo with a persona called Agent Lee. Right, he's a first-time business owner and he's looking to register a new company that sells bicycle, and he already has a name in mind called Bike Express. Yep. So some of the top of head questions he may have are what kind of company structure he should go for, and what does he need to know if name Bike Express, whether is it available or not, And if it's available, how can he go about reserving the name for his business? Right. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how agent make use of GoBusiness to find the information he needs on starting a business, and later making use of GoBusiness platform to register for a business. Right. So agent go to Google, search for GoBusiness. Click on the search, and he access the GoBusiness website from Google. Right. So the first step is always about reading up, getting the right information and answers to some of the questions agent has before he starts a business. So he goes to GoBusiness website to find out more. And when he reaches the website, he noticed that the top menu has a segment on starting a business. Right. And there's also other categories that might interest him. He's interested in the start business segment, so he goes straight to that segment. Here, he see key steps to start, and he also noticed some of the next steps to consider after registration. Yeah, key steps to start. And he can also look at the next step to consider. Yeah, of course, agent has a question about his business name. So he click on the reserve your business name to find out more. Here, he will be able to get information on what are some of the names to avoid or could be reviewed by the authorities, as well as how to reserve his business name. So the information are over here. So agent spotted an e-advisor earlier. You can see it's the green link on the screen here, and decides that he might want to try out the e-advisor on GoBusiness instead. They click on it, reaches the e-advisor, and he proceeds to key in Bike Express, which is the company name he wants to reserve for, into the name field you see. Right, click on search. So the system shows agent that Bike Express is currently not in use. Yeah, it shows it's not in use. It also shows him the available social media handles. And even existing trademarks that might be related to what he's looking at. So we continue to scroll down. And the next question is, what is his business structure? So agent then selects the business structure and key in the relevant business activity. So he's a sole prop, and so that's the option you select. And he fills up his business activity. Select the sector. And click on the Get Recommendation. So this is the recommendation page. The advisor recommends that he check on any outstanding MediSave contributions before he register or renew a business. Here. And the system also recommends the agent to register his business name first before starting the application process for sole prop or partnership registration. Yeah. The e-advisor also advised agent to register for a Corpus account and also to open a corporate bank account after he has successfully registered his business. So next, I'm going to show you how agent make use of GoBusiness dashboard to register for a new business. So we proceed to the GoBusiness portal again and try to log in to access dashboard. So this is the login page. So after he will need to log in using his SingPass account. And this is the dashboard over here. And of course, he will click on the Start a Business e-advisor. It's the actually green rectangle link you see on the screen. Yeah. So over here, after you log in, our e-advisor will recommend him what he needs to do. And it's more detailed in the sense that it will provide step by step, like what are the things you need to do before you move to the next step. Yeah, over here, he click on the apply for business name. And of course, GoBusiness will let him know what are the details about this application, the documents needed, and also the requirements. Yeah, so we proceed to fill in his name, write the express, and check for availability. Yeah, GoBusiness is also integrated with MyInfo, so pre-population can take place. So take, for example, like the primary business activity, it will be pre-populated if this information are available. So we proceed to fill out the form and review the form before submitting. Okay, his declaration and proceed to make payment. Yeah, and that's the acknowledgement page that he has submitted this application. Yep. So from this example, you can see that agent no longer have to visit multiple agency website or even third-party websites to get the information he needs. The e-advisor actually helps him to cut through the clutter and land on the in-session task to get started. Yep. So now he has registered for businesses already. And what's next, right? So agent also found a location where he wanted the shop to be, but the location is currently a cafe. And agent wonders if he will be allowed to sell bicycle at this location after taking over the rental, and whether there are any other regulations that he may need to be aware of. So these are questions that he will have in mind. Can I operate at this space that I want to rent? And what are the licenses I should apply in order to start operations? So next, I'm going to show you how agent may use GoBusiness and the advisors that we have to find out what are the relevant licenses he needs. So agent goes to the GoBusiness website again to find out. Yep, he will click on the license and permit segment in GoBusiness. The license and permit segment over here. Right, and of course the licenses, you can search for them by sector or by agency. Agent, zoom down to the retail sector and select the setting up luxury product retail shop e-advisor. Yep, this is the e-advisor over here. And agent then answers a few questions regarding his business activity. You intend to change the use of property for businesses. So you put all the necessary information into this form, answer all these questions. Yeah, let's see, click on the get recommendation. And GoBusiness will churn out the list of licenses he will need to apply for. So in this case, a change of use is the only license he needs to apply for. So agent then logs into the dashboard to start the application process. So next, I want to show you how he may use the GoBusiness dashboard to apply for the change of use license. So in our dashboard, of course, you will see the task segment, which I briefly shown earlier, and also a list of licenses that he may own, right? He will also be able to see what are some of the recommended services he may be interested in. So again, this is the GoBusiness login page. You log in using SingPass and uses the dashboard to search and apply for a change of use approval with URA. Yeah. So this is the license that he has found. And of course, you have like details about the license, FNQ, and any other useful information that he may needs to know. Yeah, click on the apply button, and you will proceed to fill in the information. Right, pay the application fee and gets a confirmation, right? So after he has applied for this application, right, he will be able to view the status of his application through the GoBusiness dashboard. So when going back to dashboard, he can see the task has been added to the task segment. So over here, he can track the progress from here on. Yeah, of course, this is the widget I'm talking about. The license widget whereby he will be able to see all the approved licenses that he has. Yes. So we click onto the in progress bar over here. And yes, this is the change of use application that he had just applied earlier. So it's shown under in progress now. And of course, after it has been approved, he receives the notification and this will be moved to the completed task. Right. Okay. So now he managed to find a shop, and now he starts to renovate the shop, right? In the meantime, he also starts thinking about making his business more digital. And he heard from a friend that there are some government grants he can consider tapping on while deciding on any digital solution. So these are some of the questions that he may have, like, I need to purchase some POS equipment. What type of grants can he get? And also how to set e-payments to make it more convenient for customers. Right. So next, I'm going to showcase how agent may use the GoBusiness dashboard, our government assistant e-advisor, to find out what are the relevant government assistance that he can apply for. Right, so we go to the government assistant page on GoBusiness and proceed to log in into dashboard again to find out more. Right. From here, you'll be able to access the government assistant e-advisor. Right, so this is the government assistant e-advisor. Let's take a look. Yeah, this is e-advisor. And over here, he selects the category Adopt Technology to Digitize My Business. And you continue to fill out the form. You click next. Yeah, so as you can see, like the company name and UN are already pre-populated. Yeah, proceed to fill out the form. Click on the Get Recommendation. Right. This is the result page where GoBusiness will recommend him a list of all the grants that he can apply for. Yeah, this is the result page, and we scroll down to take a look at each and every of the grants that is eligible to apply for. So agent saw a scheme relating to automation, exactly what he's looking for, and click on it. So actually this grant today is actually located on the business grants portal. And by clicking it, he will be routed to the business grant portal. And GoBiz and the business grant portal are actually single sign-on, so he does not need to actually log in another time. Right, we proceed to fill out the form of the grant on the business grant page, business grant portal. Right. So what agent is experiencing right now is a seamless process from search to apply, right? Which helps to cut down a lot of time required to figure things out. And he can now do everything starting from the dashboard. Okay, so just to recap what I've shown earlier in my demo, the very first demo is agent making use of GoBusiness to find out information on how to start a business and making use of a start a business e-advisor to register for a business. So this is a tool that Soport can use, right? And the second demo, agent making use of our e-advisors on GoBusiness again to be recommended with the licenses he may need to apply to operate his business. So in this example, the change of use from URA. And the last demo, which I have shown earlier, agent making use of the government assist e-advisor to find out what are some of the grants he can apply for, and using GoBusiness to apply it at the business grant portal seamlessly. Okay, yep. I hope these demos are able to give you a better understanding of how to use GoBusiness and how it can help you. I would like to thank you for your time today, but before we end today's session, we also have the Q&A session. So if you have any questions, do feel free to leave them in the Q&A box so I can help to address. I can help to answer. Yeah. We also have our feedback page here. Yeah. Michelle, want to talk about the feedback?
Yeah, so just do help us with the feedback that is pasted here. But I think feel free to leave your questions in the Q&A box. We have quite a bit of time remaining. So I think Michelle will be very happy to help answer anything related to the portal if you have any issues or problems that you face.
Yep, thank you, Michelle. So we have some time now. So I'll take the remaining 5 to 10 minutes to answer some of the question asked. Yeah, so the first question is, will the slides be shared to us after the session? Michelle, will the slides be publicly available to the participant?
We will be uploading the recording of this webinar on YouTube. So please do check out the Smart Nation YouTube page for all the webinars that we have previously hosted under the Smart Nation Together webinar series.
Okay. Yep. I also had a question from someone who asked, he had already a company in business, he already have a business already currently, so can I still join the GoBusiness? Right. So the GoBusiness portal is not just for business starter. Basically, as long as you have a corp pass, in fact a SingPass as well, you will be able to log into GoBiz, right, and to make use of our services. So the example I've given earlier, Start a Business e-advisor is just one of the many e-advisors that we have on GoBusiness. So in fact, GoBusiness had the 4 different moments which I mentioned earlier, which is the start, run, grow, and of course that's it, which is something like that we usually don't want to talk about. The Start a Business e-advisor is actually a e-advisor more relating at the start moment. So of course, if you have your company already, there are e-advisors that will be relevant to you from the run moment and the grow moment. Yeah. So let me take a look at some of the questions asked. So there's a question about, is there a fee involved? To use GoBusiness for businesses, right? To use GoBusiness, there's no fee involved. So of course, what we aim to do is to make things simple, faster, and easier. And the one-stop portal for businesses to be able to find all the information they need, right? And basically what we also wanted to do is for businesses to be able to find all the license application, the transaction in the single portal. So there's actually no fee involved. It's totally free. The portal is there for businesses to log in and enjoy. Yeah. Yep. So I have a question on if a business is registered under sole prop, right? Can the business later be converted to company? Yep. Correct. Yeah, so of course, when you log in the GoBusiness, right, it's actually integrated with Mindful. And if, let's say, your company is converted to a company, right, all this information will be pulled from EDH and be populated and updated on GoBusiness. Yeah. Okay, let me take a look. Yep. Another question is, can we still use the platform to check on required licenses and grants available if we are already an existing company? Yeah, similar to the question earlier, yes, you can. As long as you have a Corpass account, right, you can log into GoBusiness and you will be able to check all the licenses you currently have and also make use of our e-advisors, answer questions, right? It's basically grouped into various sector and intent. So for the example that I showed earlier, agent wanted to ask about rental of shop for luxury products, right? So what you need to do is look at the intent, look at your intended intent, right? Answer a few questions, and that e-advisor will tell you exactly what are the licenses that you need to apply for, and also grant that you are eligible to apply for if you use our Government Assist e-advisor. Yeah, let me look at the list. Right, so there's also a question about if there's any help that is required, right? If businesses come across when they try to apply for licenses or grants halfway, right? Where to go to, right? Maybe let me share my slide here. Let me see. Yep. So basically, we have a GoBusiness help desk that you can reach out to. If you face any problems when using GoBusiness, right? It is the, let me just show my laser. It's the contact in the middle over here. So if you happen to face any technical issues or have any questions, right, you can actually send your question to this email. This is our GoBusiness help desk, and they will be able to help to advise, right? Let's see. Right. So I also see a few questions asking about the whether like the example, the business registration, does it replace the ACA processes, right? I mean, the business registration on the ACA portal. So I know this can be done on the ACA websites today as well. So companies can still go to ACA to actually register for businesses. So GoBusiness is another alternative. But of course, GoBusiness, what GoBusiness does is to be able to actually provide the whole transaction in a more seamless way and more guided way. So if you see earlier, right, when agents try to use the start a business e-advisors, right, the e-advisor will come and recommend him what are the list of things he needs to do. So of course, business registration is the first thing. He can apply for it through GoBusiness, and after that, he can follow through the remaining of the transactions that he needs to do to finish out the whole start business journey, right? So alternative for business users who are very familiar with the process, they may actually also choose to go to ACA to actually just finish the business registration directly. Okay. Let me see, is there another question? Yep. Okay. All right. So there's also a question about, like example, what are the percentage of the grants that can be applied? Yeah. So GoBusiness is really a portal and product that we aim to actually be a one-stop portal to for businesses to be able to find all the information they need, right? So example, list of licenses and list of grants, it can be recommended to you. But if let's say there's any question really pertaining to a specific grants, you can actually ask them on our BGP portal. So there's actually the grants help desk that you can actually reach out to. It is actually located here also on the very right side over here. So like take for example, for particular grants, you want to find out more on that. Actually, this is the correct help desk you can call to. You can reach out to, email them to